Hey there, this is a follow-up video to a do-it-yourself tent stove build that I did a few weeks ago. We're going to try it out tonight, see how it performs, and I built myself a little hot tent out of a tarp, so I'm going to stay out here tonight and see how comfortable it is out here. Well, let's start right off the bat with the door. The draft worked pretty good. This had to be adjusted a little bit when it was hot. It got pretty snug. The handle, if I were to do this over again, I would make it a lot simpler to handle. Once these things get going, you're not using your hand. I was using the stud pliers. As far as the interior design, with the baffle and the afterburn pipe worked fantastic. The flow of hot air was couldn't have been better, and it did burn smoke free. I mean, not continuously. You put new wood in, it's going to smoke a little bit. Once everything's going, yeah, it's a nice efficient burn. If you don't put one of these baffles in, what happens is most of your heat just goes straight up your flue. This way, the heat is going from the firebox to the front of the firebox, up over the baffle, and then back to your flue. And that gives you a much hotter cooking surface too. So that worked out fantastic. I was really happy with that. As far as the window goes, I didn't have to float the mica. The frame worked out fine. You're not going to start a fire and be gazing at the fire because it clouds up really quick with carbon. Obviously, it's been burnt before, but I had to light this up and burn it for a few hours to get, to burn the paint and the galvanized metal I wanted to burn. But look how much carbon builds up on the mica. So it's nice to have. It cleans off easy enough too. But as soon as you're 20 minutes into this, you're not going to be seeing much more than a glow from the window. It's nice to have. I was thinking of putting one on the door as well, but I'm not going to. I think that's good enough. And the baffle I made for the flue, I'm just not good at making baffles. I tried twice and it was just not working out. I pulled the whole thing out and I put a heat sink on there that my son gave me from one of his old computers. Now I'm sapping heat off of the pipe into the tent. I didn't see it absolutely necessary. I wasn't really cranking through the wood, with it wide open like that, because I can shut my draft. The afterburn, that's 3/4 inch pipe. It's not sucking air in so fast that it's cranking through the fuel. So for the most part, I'm pretty happy with it. So I'm going to fire it up. I'm actually going to cook some dinner. It's not a very cold night here in Dewey Canyon. It's about 50, still about 50, 51 degrees. So it's supposed to drop down to, I think they said 36. So not freezing, but decent enough to test out this stove. It's like building a fire, but way smaller. It's worth the effort. But like I say, it's in 20 minutes. The whole thing's gonna be just pretty black. You'll see it glow. I just wanted to take this opportunity also to thank all of my sponsors and contributors. I picked up a new phone mount for taking videos, and without you guys, it just simply wouldn't be possible. Here it is now. You just take the phone and put it in that slot, and there you go. So thank everyone. Thank you very much. I'm just starting to get some coals going in there, rice and beans for dinner tonight. So let's see how fast we can get that boiling. I mean, it hasn't been 10 minutes yet, and it's already approaching 60 degrees. with the door wide open. I'll show you the tent that I made. It's not the Taj Mahal, but I went and bought a 12 by 16 tarp. I got it for $26 and change. It's inside the little kitchen. Hoping that's my fuel for the night. That's the plus of a hot tent. You don't have to gather half a quart of wood to get through the night. I haven't set up the bed yet. But anyhow, I'll show you the outside. This is the stove jack, and I can't take credit for this idea. I got this idea from Lonnie from Farm North Bushcraft. It's fiberglass mesh with silicone spread on top of it, and I attached some buttons and just buttoned it to the tarp because these pipes do get quite hot. So another reason I put that heat sink on there is to maybe sap some of that heat. Man, it's warm. It's warm up here. That's pretty good. Sap some of that heat away from before it reaches the stove jack. So this is the simple triangle tarp. I cut the tarp down to 12 by 13, almost square. It's that square design. You stake one side and pull the other two corners together. The only difference is instead of flapping the door over, I built it a little A-frame, some pockets to put the frame in. It added quite a bit more space, and I can still shut the door. I'm just going to tie this shut tonight. I don't, like I said, it's not even going to drop below freezing. And it's already, the heat is bellowing out of the door right now. And it's been lit for less than 15 minutes. Let me just show you this. The stove jack, stove pipe. If I was shy one button, so take the top. If it was to rain tonight, I would literally have to super glue that shut. But well, it's not going to rain. Okay, we've been burning for about maybe a half hour or so now. So let's go outside and take a look at the flue. See how efficient we're doing here. And like I said, it was 51 degrees when I lit the fire, and we're at now 65, 66 with the door open. Burning popsicle sticks practically. So this is what I'm talking about with this smoke-free burn. That's roasted right now. That's an efficient burn. Still smelling a little bit of coming off of this thing. Not bad, but not 100% sure I'm going to post this video yet. I think it'll be fine. See how our beans are coming along. Boiling away. Nice slow roll. Rolling pretty good once this fire gets going. I'll let it die down a bit. But yeah, nice ample heat on the surface of this for sure for cooking. Temp in here is we're holding at 66, 67, and that's 3 feet from a wide open door. Back here, it's probably 75 degrees. Like I said, I'm not in Siberia, but it's probably, I don't know, 48 degrees outside right now. And I may have been a little premature on putting down this mica window, I rubbed the first time I lit this stove when I was burning the paint off, blackened up right away. I cleaned it off with a piece of cardboard. I just kind of wiped the carbon off. Then I burned it again. The carbon up again. Then just now, I just wiped it off with my finger, and this has stayed clear for, I want to say, an hour and a half. So maybe, I don't know, maybe the oil from my beautiful skin is preventing the carbon from accumulating on this sheet of mica. If you look in the video where I built this stove, I put in some steel gas line. It comes in the back of the stove. It takes a 90-degree up, and it takes a 90-degree and goes right under the baffle. And it's got maybe, let's say, 10 1/8 inch holes drilled into it. So what that does is it sucks air in, heats it up, and adds that oxygen to the smoke that's being created. It actually ignites the smoke. That's why when it's burning, once the wood's going, that's why there's no smoke coming out of the flue. You can see how it's sucking in there. And I have noticed also from burning outside and burning inside this tent that the draft is less inside the tent than it is just outside, which makes sense. There's been no smoke in the tent. It's been working out really nice. Even down here on the ground's wet too. It's warm. It's actually so far performing better than I expected. You know, if you look at my previous video, I took a shortcut on this window frame, and it seems to be working out fine. It is time for dinner. I let the fire die down. It's pretty warm in here. It's a very still night. It is cooling down. I want to say it's probably about 45 degrees outside. But anyways, I'm gonna eat these rice and beans I made. I want to show you something I found completely by accident. I went to a thrift store and picked up this mess kit for $2. Stainless steel mess kit, copper bottom. It's got a little pot inside. And inside the mess kit, after I got home and opened it up, there was this little jobby. Much to Dougie's surprise. And what it is, you can, it's got this little, you can hang it off a clip or, paracord or whatever. Pull them out of there. It's a complete silverware set. You get a knife, you get a fork. Pull them off of this little spindle here. Stainless steel. It's a little heavy, but look how small it is. It's great. So, yeah, that was a serendipitous moment for me when I found that. Anyways, I'm going to eat, so I'll see you in a few. I'm using some fuel. I actually cut up a little bit more, so I want to say, when I started this whole thing at 5:30, let's see, altogether, let's call it 4 gallons of what is just KD 2x4s and some old stockade things. Another thing I would say is a necessity with these stoves is building some sort of grid that will lift the wood off of the bottom of the firebox. you gotta have, mine's probably, I don't know, 3/8 of an inch. I would say you gotta have at least a 1/4 inch gap underneath your wood if you want to get this stuff going easy. Much to my surprise, the carbon on the mica has completely burned off, and the window is almost completely clear. So I guess I was a negative Nelly about carbon buildup on these windows. I mean, that looks pretty good. So you can gaze into the coals. It's a little past 10 p.m. and I'm going to check the temp outside. This will be the last time I check it outside. We're at, let's say, fairly 43, 42, 43. Actually, it looks about 40, 41.
Well, it's 11 p.m. and I'm going to get my bed ready here. I got the tarp scrap that I cut off of this and I put on the ground because it's been raining for the past couple of days, and the ground's pretty wet in here. I'm making this video in my backyard, by the way. I got a cushion from a patio chair, and I got a sleeping bag. How you guys doing? How's everyone?
If it weren't for COVID-19, I probably wouldn't be out here right now. Here comes my cat. This is my cat, Peanut. He doesn't know what to make of this, but wherever I sleep, he sleeps. So I guess this is going to be Peanut's first camping trip.
Be smart, in the meantime. Go to the hot tent. Get some beers and make some beans and rice and hang out with your cat. I don't know what to say, it's a strange time. Who knows? What a month from now, so I kinda
I hear some raindrops. Well, I don't know how hard it's going to rain, but a little bit of an issue, and I'll show you why. It is missing one button on the top. If it does start raining, what I have to do is I have to super glue, which is going to be a pretty permanent solution. I have to super glue this because tape does not stick to the silicone. I mean, at least the stuff I have. Maybe Gorilla Tape will. I don't have it. I didn't have it today. It is sprinkling. So, guess what I'm up to? I don't know what's going on here. It's about 11:30 p.m. And a couple blocks away, a couple blocks away. Looks like there might be some paramedics. Well, it is sprinkling out. I super glued to the best of my ability. I'm going to stoke up the stove, get my bed ready, and hope for the best. Yeah, it's raining out. I wasn't counting on that.
I left the flashlight outside.
I'm going to start cinching this door shut. It should get quite toasty in here pretty quick when I close this up. I should be sleeping with a carbon monoxide detector, which I'm not. I don't have one. This door, even when it's closed all the way, has got some pretty big gaps in it. I'm going to be sleeping with my head towards the door. When you sleep in a hot tent, happy enough. Because, if for some reason, who knows, you get a windstorm, your stove tips over, who knows? If for some reason you get out of the tent fast, happy night for you. You just gotta hold it out. I just cinched the door, not even all the way closed. You can see there's a pretty good gap there still, maybe about 5 minutes ago. And restoked the stove. You've seen the pieces I'm putting on there, maybe 8 or 10 pieces. You know, like some coals going up, and I'm at 75 degrees in here, and that's in the front of the tent with almost no fuel. I mean, this is great. Bedtime. It's raining. It's also pouring, and if you listen carefully, the old man is snoring. Night. Okay, it's about, I don't even know what time it is. It's about 43 degrees in here, and it's raining, sprinkling. My cat's here with me, and I'm gonna stoke up the fire. Morning. I made it. I don't even know what time it is yet. It's probably about 8:30. I had to get up once during the night to stoke up the fire. It got kind of cold, not terrible, but it's raining now, and the ground's probably going to start getting wet in here. But I'm gonna fire up the stove and make some coffee.
I like a strong coffee.
Oh, good job. Okay, Will. This is part 2 on the stove. It works great. Thanks for watching.